Thomas Alva Edison was not born into greatness. He was not born into wealth, power, or privilege. He was born in 1847, in a small town in Ohio, into a world that did not expect anything extraordinary from him. No one looked at young Thomas Edison and thought, "This boy will change human history." In fact, most people thought the opposite. From the very beginning, Edison was considered a problem. He was curious in a way that disturbed adults. He asked too many questions. He wanted to know how everything worked, and when answers were not given, he tried to find them himself. He pulled things apart. He mixed chemicals. He broke objects just to understand their insides. To the school system of the 19th century, Thomas Edison was not a genius. He was a failure. After only a few months in school, his teacher sent a letter home. Edison's mother read it silently, then folded it and put it away. She looked at her son and told him something that would change his life forever. She said the letter explained that Thomas was too intelligent for the school and that the teachers were not qualified enough to teach him. Years later, after his mother's death, Edison found that letter again. This time, he read it himself that it said he was mentally deficient and unfit for education. Thomas Edison cried. But by then, it was too late for the world to destroy him, because his mother had already built him. She had taken him out of school and educated him at home. She taught him to read, to think, to question, and most importantly, to believe in himself. She never told him he was stupid. She never told him he was incapable. Instead, she made him curious. That curiosity would become the most dangerous weapon against failure the world had ever seen. As a teenager, Edison was not inventing yet. He was struggling to survive. He sold newspapers on trains. He worked as a telegraph operator. He slept in stations and labs. He spent every spare coin on books, chemicals, wires, and tools.
He was obsessed with learning. Edison did not party. He did not rest. He did not wait for opportunities. He created them. His early inventions were not world-changing. Many failed. Some barely worked. Others were ignored completely. He was broke more often than successful. Investors doubted him. Engineers mocked him. Competitors dismissed him. But Edison had something rare. He did not fear failure. To Edison, failure was data. Every failed experiment taught him something. Every mistake removed one wrong path. Where others saw humiliation, Edison saw progress. This mindset separated him from everyone else. Then came the inventions: the phonograph, the motion picture camera, the improved telegraph, the electric generator, and most famously, the electric light bulb. But the light bulb did not come easily. It took over 1,000 failed attempts. One reporter once asked him, "Mr. Edison, how did it feel to fail 1,000 times?" Edison replied calmly, "I did not fail 1,000 times. I discovered 1,000 ways that did not work." That single sentence explains his entire life philosophy. He did not quit because quitting meant ignorance. He did not give up because giving up meant stopping learning. Then, disaster struck. One night, Edison's massive laboratory caught fire. Flames lit up the sky. Years of work burned to the ground. Machines melted. Notes turned to ash. Inventions disappeared forever. Most men would have collapsed. Most men would have broken. Edison called his son and said, "Go get your mother and her friends. They will never see a fire like this again." The next morning, standing in the ruins of his life's work, Edison said, "All our mistakes are burned up. Thank God we can start fresh." Within weeks, he was building again. This was not madness. This was mastery. Edison understood something most people never do. Loss is temporary. Skills are permanent. You can lose money, you can lose buildings, you can lose machines. But if you keep your mind sharp, nothing is ever truly lost. Edison worked brutally hard. He slept only a few hours a night. He often worked for days without rest. His employees complained, but many also admired him. He demanded excellence because he lived it himself. Critics later accused him of being ruthless, competitive, even unethical. And the truth is, Edison was not a perfect man. He fought rivals aggressively. He protected his patents fiercely. He wanted to win. But history does not remember perfect people. History remembers effective people. Edison transformed darkness into light. He transformed silence into recorded sound. He transformed ideas into industries. Before Edison, night was dangerous. After Edison, night became productive. Before Edison, sound disappeared forever. After Edison, voices lived on. Before Edison, inventions were rare miracles. After Edison, innovation became a process. He did not just invent machines, he invented how to invent. Factories followed his model. Research labs copied his system. Modern technology owes its structure to his mindset. By the end of his life, Thomas Edison held over 1,000 patents. But his greatest invention was not the light bulb, it was persistence. When Thomas Edison died in 1931, cities across the world dimmed their lights for 1 minute. Not because electricity failed, but out of respect. The man who once lived in darkness had given light to humanity. And his real lesson remains timeless. You do not need permission to become great. You do not need approval to succeed. You do not need talent if you have determination. You only need one thing: the courage to fail, again and again, until the world finally works your way.